Hey guys, this is Primeval and welcome back to part 6 of my Deity playthrough as China, using Fruit Strike's NQMod on a small Pangea using the NQMap script, played on quick speed. So where are we now? We've got Russia, who's looking a little aggressive. They've been sending a whole bunch of settlers in here. They really want to go and settle this area, it would seem. As Russia, they do get bonus production off of strategic resources, and there was a comment from YouTube from from FB10 asking why I didn't go and buy the iron tile here after settling Hangzhou. Again, complete apologies for the butchering of these Chinese city names. Just to deprive Russia of the resource. So there are a few reasons. They're not necessarily good reasons. The main one was that I didn't want to strain our diplomatic relations with Russia by too much. And the other reasons are a little less important. So I'm used to not having huge mountains of gold where tile buying doesn't really set me back. But in this situation, partially thanks to being China and having the paper maker, and partially thanks to the small bonus changes to Liberty, which get me the extra gold per city, we're actually doing really well on gold here. So, not wanting to waste money on purchasing tiles isn't actually that big of a factor. And the last thing, though, is that I don't usually worry about depriving the AI of a little bit of production. So in this case, the leading AIs, aren't going to miss a couple extra hammers or what have you. In fact, right now we are number 2 on manufactured goods, and knocking, 4 hammers off of Russia's total manufactured goods score here isn't going to be that significant. But on the balance, if I wasn't worried about making Russia angry, yes, we definitely could have gone and bought that iron tile. Anyways, we do have both Russia and India conducting little military exercises, which is a little concerning. So, since Russia has the Great Wall and India has such excellent defensive terrain, it doesn't look like we can make any substantial or profitable gains by starting any wars. So we're going to play defensively while trying to catch up on tech. That's the plan right now. That's what the map situation is dictating, but that could certainly change. Well, I'm not sure why that would change, at least in this game, but we're certainly not going to be locked into the style of always doing the peaceful teching in future games, and certainly not in multiplayer, which I still don't know when I'll have time for, but is something that's going to happen at some point in the future. And we'll go, this is a hill, right? Yeah, we'll fortify on this hill. That's going to be a good spot for our Chonoku to stand. Any approaching Russian units will be slowed down by city zone of control and by the rough terrain here, which will leave our Chonoku to take their 2 free shots, at least on the first stage of aggression. Now, if we wanted to position our Chonoku in a similarly safe position around this city, I suppose we could drop this guy over to Chengdu, fortify there. We've finished the trading post. Do we have the horses hooked up? No, we don't. Let's get a pasture going there. And farm's done. Is there anything else that I really want? I suppose we could put some lumber mills up in those forests. Okay, automatic faith purchase. We've purchased another monastery. That's good for some more culture return. If we went and looked at the city-states, we could Go and throw some money at Cape Town here. They are a hostile city-state, currently not allied with anyone. Well, maybe when we build up another pile of gold, we might go and convert them. I'd also like to pledge to protect. I'd also like another cultural city-state. So maybe we'll go pledge to protect them and then toss a whole bunch of money their way as well. Alright, so choosing production. Aqueduct complete. Let's see what else might be useful here. I suppose with all that extra gold, a shrine wouldn't be terrible. Or should we work on military? Let's go and grab the shrine here. Massive Effects wants to see us buy tiles to trap the settler. That would be entertaining. I don't think that'll. It's already trapped essentially. So the AI has no idea what to do with these settlers, so that's why they're just sitting here. But speaking of settlers, are there any other city spots that I want to drop? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It looks like this whole area is blocked off. This little ice island is not very appealing. I don't really feel like sending someone all the way over here. We also have the Romans to deal with, so I think this is going to be our empire for now. The other cities we acquire are going to be through conquest. And we may as well keep on exploring, or explore as far as we can with that Galeas. Russia is already up to privateers and frigates, which is a little worrying. And perhaps we'll go and take a look at the demographic screen. There goes the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Has the Forbidden Palace already been taken? The Forbidden Palace does seem to still be available. We're about to pick that up. If we go look at the demographic screen, on literacy, Russia is pulling way ahead. We are only 6% behind the average. And we can fortify here. Alright, so we need to get that tech up. I have my spy and counter espionage. Usually, even when you're doing pretty bad on tech, the AI does send someone to your capital. But perhaps we should have him head over and try to steal a tech from India instead, since we have fallen quite a bit behind Russia. Alright, so the shrine's done. We don't have any trade routes coming out of here, no canvassery required. We could go and pop some of these culture specialist slots. Or we could build a little castle for defense purposes. Forge, we do have the 1 iron. Alright, fine, we'll go and pop a forge. There's also the 2 cattle, so stables would do pretty well here. Go for the stables. And over in this city, we actually have someone working on an unemployed slot. That's definitely not what I want to see here. Let's lock down all of the actually useful tiles. And then, should we switch over to scientist slots? Yes, let's do that. Would I rather have the scientist points or the food? Definitely the food here. So the new citizen will go and work at the university. Now, observatories. Hard build or rush buy? Let's go and build that out here, and we'll save the gold to buy another cultural city-state and plow through some more of these social policies. scholasticism will give us a really nice boost to science if we can go and grab that. If we start really low on happiness, then cultural diplomacy will also be pretty huge. And I don't know if I've pointed this out already, but merchant confederacy. That's a pretty significant boost from trading with city-states. Alright. Keep on exploring here. Get our lumber mill up. And head back. Alright, so we've got a decent army of Chokanu now. That should be enough for defense. I'll have this guy hide in the jungle. I'm less worried about surprise attacks from India than I am from Russia. And I suppose we can go and put a mine on that hill. And let's go and check what all of our citizens are doing. This setup looks fine. I don't know if I need high production right now. Let's go and employ some university slots right away. Yeah, we can take someone off of lumber mill duty, or I suppose losing it on 2 food. Alright, we'll employ 1 slot there, and we'll put the new citizen, the 8th citizen, into the university slot. Over in Chengdu, we want to grow this guy, although we are running low on happiness. Okay, so Hangzhou wants a Colosseum, and then we'll hold our population at 4. The cities with mountains and soon-to-be observatories we want to grow. Likewise, we're going to hold Tianjin at 4 population as well, at least until we're rolling in happiness. But we'll grow all of the other cities. Maybe we'll halt Nanjing at 8, but we'll grow all of the mountain cities and the capital. The capital does have the National College. Alright, Chonoku here is done. This city we're planning to halt growth at 8 population here as well, so no worry about the aqueduct. A castle might be a good plan. Let's grab a quick shrine, and then we might go for, let's see, I guess we could toss up a forge at some point, but let's go build a shrine and then we'll think about that next turn. And we could go and have a look. No, we can't get into Riga.
En fin aftale. Selv en simpel tigger ville være enig.
Okay. Looks like Harold wants even more gold per turn for open borders. We've scouted most of his land, so we don't need to keep on paying him for that. Index 7 asks if land ships are the way to go in single player. Apparently they're super powerful in multiplayer. I haven't actually watched anyone play with them or use them myself, but let's see. They're still a ways off, but we could definitely see how they perform. Hopefully, we do have the 2nd largest territory, according to demographics. Or actually, we've fallen into 3rd, but we should have some oil there, so we can definitely try playing with some land ships. Now, Beijing has pumped out the last of the queued Shonoku, so let's just go and park this guy over in here, and then start building out. We do have another trade route. Let's build a cargo ship, a bank, the East India Company, which means we'll need marketplaces all around. Index 7 says, well, one of the changes to armored units, such as land ships, is they now have a 100% bonus towards land units. That's something new in the mod, and that's definitely significant. If the AI has a whole bunch of land units, which they usually do, using land ships and tanks will definitely be a lot of fun. Alright, so we finished that shrine. What do I want here? Forbidden Palace. Definitely a bank. Then maybe a temple or a castle. But we'll start things off with the bank. We're seeing a fairly large contingent of riflemen. They've been here for a while. They covet our lands. We did make the mistake of denouncing Germany. That's not going to engender us too much positive interaction with the other civs. We still have good relations with India, so that's good. Alright, is there anything that I can sell? We do have excess citrus. But we have fewer trade partners since we did that denouncement and with Russia coveting our lands. Alright, is Gandhi interested in iron? He is. Alright, so what was this selling for again? 2 for 75, 4 for 150.
मैं सुन रहा हूँ मेरे दोस्त क्या इस इंतजाम में
how about for horses for 150? Okay, so he's not really interested in strategic resources anymore. And alright, so the Celts Nightbot info isn't relevant for this particular game, but we had been playing a huge 43 civ game about a month ago. Alright, highest gold. Or trade with city-states. So, we could get 6 science per turn off of trading with Russia, which isn't too relevant. If I am worried about going to war with Russia, that's probably not the best plan. If we just want to trade with city-states, we could get 10 gold per turn off of trade with Vancouver, or I could start sending food to the capital, or production. We're unhappy right now, so I don't know if I need the food, and it's going to take us a while to get the happiness I need. Alright, let's go trade with Vancouver. And if we go and look at the social policy, if we want to maintain influence with all these city-states, we might want Merchant Confederacy instead of or before scholasticism. Well, something to consider. We do have trade routes going to Vatican City, Vancouver, and Budapest. So, of those cities, I am already allied with Vancouver, but not Budapest and Vatican City. If I wanted to, is India going down the patronage path? India is full piety and full aesthetics. Let's try to explore a little more of Germany's territory. And the Shonoku can fortify themselves around Hangzhou. That's fine. Alright, set up that deer camp. We've got another workshop or a trading post done. And pop over here, put in a farm. And we'll queue up a circus now that we've finished the pasture for those horses. Rome just built the Taj Mahal. Notre Dame is long gone, as is the Tower of Pisa. Gandhi is also constructing the Taj Mahal. He just lost out on that to the Romans. Border growth and citizen growth. Zan. Here, let's go and employ the university slot. That does take away our growth. I might want to send food here somehow. Is there anything else that I can build out here? I'll queue up the bank. But I would like to grow this city a little more if possible, which might mean not working the university slots just now, or taking the cattle from Nanjing. Yeah, we'll take the cattle, even though this guy would be benefiting from the stables. Right. Well, while we're unhappy, we won't worry about the growth, but at some point in time, Shan is going to steal that cattle from Nanjing. Right, let's build out a lumber mill. It looks like this Galeas has outlived its usefulness. And our growth is definitely hurting. Q index 7 points out that we have almost no fresh water. In fact, apart from this lake, we have no sources of fresh water. And so the only place we could put a civil service enhanced farm would be if we bought these jungle tiles, cleared them, and put down some farms there, which isn't really something that makes too much sense. Alright, so do I want to send production? No, we'll keep on sending trade routes to city-states, and I will probably go. So if I did go and open up Merchant Confederacy, I would get, that would push me towards getting a military and a religious city-state, which isn't that exciting, so we'll probably go for scholasticism then. On the other hand, our capital would get a boost of +8 food, +8 production, and +8 gold. So that might actually be worth it. What would I rather have? A little extra science or extra food and production? Growing the capital. Sure, let's, well, we still have 3 turns to decide. Maybe the chat will weigh in on that. Let's go and put in some more trading posts. And alright, over here we are going to want a bank, possibly some walls. We are in a choke point here, rough terrain and a mountain, or a mountain range. So walls aren't a priority despite the fact that we are a little close to Russia here. And we do want to keep this city growing. Or working tiles, that makes sense. High production while we get the bank out. That'll be fine. And then we'll put some people into the university slots. Alright, we have finally finished all of our workshops, so we can get the ironworks going. Probably go and build that out in Beijing. We do have the most population there. Yeah, let's build the ironworks in Beijing. So, is there anything else? The bank's queued up, bank will be done soon. Let's go and grab the ironworks. And as for Nanjing, stable's done. Let's go for a bank. Workshop's done here. We're going to need, we'll buy the university and build the observatory. Or would I rather spend that money on city-states? Let's go for the hard build. Alright, so a university is going to get me the specialist slots and plus 33% science. 33% science on 9 science per turn is just 3 science, which is not that exciting. We'll just hard build that out and go and buy ourselves another cultural city-state. So, let's protect these guys. That should get us up to friend level, and then give a gift. We only need 69. I guess we'll spend the full 1,000. Alright, so we're allies with Bucharest now. They are way off in the middle, so if they happen to go to war, they'll probably be crushed. But in the meantime, that will speed up our policy acquisition. And we'll get some lumber mills going. As for the scout, we've met Bogota, another cultural city-state. Alright, well, in the next 3 turns, we get a bonus from giving them gold gifts. We're not going to get up to enough money just now, unless we can sell. Let's see, we don't want to sell any of the luxuries, but perhaps some iron, 4 gold per turn and open borders. Let's see, 2 for 3 gold per turn. And we're not friends. Let's see if we'll actually accept a declaration of friendship here. Perhaps another time. Alright, let's see if he'll take some horses. Open borders. Alright, let's go 6 for 4.
Let's go.
2 for 3. Alright, so he's not interested in iron anymore, but perhaps horses are still in demand. Alright, so that's it for strategics. Maybe Rome has some interest in our trade items. Iron.
Poco offero, a te considerando.
6 for 9.
Non.
7 for 6.
Poco offero, a te considerando.
4 for 7 gold per turn.
Non.
Alright, 5 gold per turn for 4
A
iron.
te considerando.
What about some horses?
Poco offero, a te considerando.
Let's go for the 6 and 4.
Non.
Alright, that'll be fine. Better than nothing. So, 3 turns, 100, 100, we'll be at 270 or 280. At least we'll get up to friend status. That seems good to me. And Colosseum's done. This guy already has his circus. We want to stop our population growth here, so we'll stagnate. Let's grab a market. If I'm going to be stagnating this guy, well, let's see. I need to decide if I want to build a granary. Alright, stagnation there. If we built the granary, would we be able to work higher production tiles? No. But there are a lot of tiles here that, good tiles that we're not making use of. So maybe we'll build a market and then a granary, so slower growth. No, we'll do better growth than that. Granary first, then the market. Since we have such good tiles to work here, I guess I'm willing to take the unhappiness in a city that's not really going to make me that much science. We'll grow to 5 off of the granary. Now, is there anything else I need to adjust? No. But since we are happy again, we are about to pop some new citizens soon. We may as well go and work some higher food tiles here. Alright, growth in 9 turns. Get the trading post up. And put some trading posts into Shan's jungles. Denmark's not too happy that we took their ally status from Bratislava. Shan wants gems. We purchased another monastery. There goes the Red Fort and Uffizi. Cape Town has a new ally. Budapest wants Vatican City bullied, losing grasp on Omrus, and Colombo desires cocoa. So if we're losing grasp on Omrus here, we probably will want to go and open Merchant Confederacy. Shanghai has grown, Jan has grown, and Shanghai as a new citizen. Do we want to start working these university slots? Yes, yes we do. And would I rather the gold or the production? Doesn't delay the bank. We'll go for the gold, and we'll keep on trying to grow here. We'll work the boring, fresh waterless farm. And let's get some more lumber mills going. Alright, if I want, I can go and work the deer here. And then we'll go and give the cattle to Shan. Which means we'll take the university slot off, lock down the cattle, growth in 6, and then the 9th citizen can go and work the university slot again. Alright, and as for policies, we went liberty, and then now we're going down patronage. Now, does Chengdu want another farm? I would like to grow these mountain cities. Let's go and do that then. And next turn, we'll throw some money at Bogota. Unless the extra gold gifts has already expired by then. Alright, so this is the last turn for extra value off of gold gifts. We'll go and open Merchant Confederacy. That'll get us a huge boost to our food and production in the capital. Here we've got 8 from trade routes, and if we go look at production, another, Merchant Confederacy is supposed to boost food and production. Does that show up on the production tab? Oh yeah, 8 from trade routes, and if it shows up at the bottom there, does that mean it's not modified by the building modifier and the empire modifier and all the rest? Not sure. But anyways, a nice boost in food to the capital. But more importantly, we're now gaining influence per turn with Omrus. So, and not a moment too soon, since we were about to lose our ally status with them. And along with them we would lose the whales, and that would plunge us into unhappiness, slowing our growth down. So all in all, we did unlock that policy just in time. Mano Zero wants us to try to build the Forbidden Palace, as does PNTX7. Alright, well, the capital, we can go and queue up the Forbidden Palace. There's nothing else I'd rather build out in the capital, although we do have... buying the stables would be helpful. So next turn we'll have enough money to buy the stables, along with the ironworks. That should be a pretty quick Forbidden Palace, assuming no one else goes for it. We found the Rock of Gibraltar. So going with that lumber mill and a trading post. Beijing has grown, very nice. Citrus to Gandhi has ended. Let's get that renewed.
मैं आपकी शांति की कामना करता हूँ।
Citrus for
मैं सुन रहा हूँ।
200, I believe.
मेरे दोस्त, क्या इस
Excellent.
इंतज़ाम में
And
आपकी
is there anything else we can sell? Don't believe so. No other excess luxuries, but that'll let us purchase the stable right away. Almost up to 100 production in the capital. discovered the printing press. What's... excuse me. Our spy steal time is 37 turns. We'll probably... And that's even with the city having maximum potential. They do have the constabulary there. Maybe we can try and see what our textile time would be in Copenhagen. Shan has grown. And Jig has grown. Alright, Tianjin is fine here with really slow growth. This city doesn't have too many special tiles to work. So yeah, I'm fine with having them essentially stagnate at 4 citizens while we're low on happiness. But Nanjing, what was I going to do with this guy? Was I going to go and employ a university slot? Yes. So their university slots are mostly covered. And I suppose we can poke our head into Bogota. Yep, Russia does look like they have a more serious army here. A bunch of units grouped up, including the cannon. Where? And they're probably headed right for the capital. So, should I bring some of these Chonoku around? Should I start building out some horses? Where are we in terms of military science? We could make a detour for that. We'll see if our Chonoku can hold them off. And let's not worry about India. They still have composite bows running around. We can bring this guy around to Beijing. That seems just fine. What tiles are we working over in the capital? Should I put a mine on this hill? Let's do that. Maybe we can get... Okay, so there's war. You'll pay for this in time. I was going to say maybe we can try to get India in on a defensive pact, but so much for that. I don't need open borders, but I'll see how much gold per turn. 7. 5 gold per turn for the citrus, better than nothing. Alright, so let's start taking down the ranged units. We're on a hill there, so we can take nice double shots. Unfortunately here, that's not a hill, so we'll have to go over and take this hill. We have the rough terrain bonus. Keep taking down units here, and if I went over to here, they would get first strike off. Walk forward. I'll let them come to me in Beijing, although it would leave them with tiles that they could pillage. Alright, let's push forward here slightly. And unfortunately these guys will have to... Oh man, Cossacks out already. At least we have walls up. Castles would be helpful. Do I need another worker? Or should I leave that sutler to run around? Alright, so I can't hide behind this hill. I can go and stand in this jungle. The swamp there will slow down advance the units and leave them at a combat penalty. Alright, we'll hide in the jungle. And unfortunately, a lot of our naval trade routes are in trouble now, which is definitely going to hurt. Alright, are there some city-states that I quickly bribe to my side? Omrus is good, that'll act as a buffer between myself and Germany. We've got Vancouver going. Bucharest might be in trouble if Russia sends an army in that direction. Alright, all that's fine then. Now, Beijing. Would Beijing like to work on something other than the Forbidden Palace? Do I need another Chonoku? Let's grab one Chonoku here. Delay that slightly. And as for this guy, sure, let's put down a mine. Doing good damage here. Wellington, though, unfortunately, is under Russia's control, so these workers are pretty much done for. Let's just delete this guy, and we'll have this guy hide inside Chengdu. Alright, choose production. Hangzhou does not have a mountain. We could go for the zoo or for the castle. Let's start work on the castle. And here we've finished our market. Let's build out a knight, and we can pay to upgrade him later as need be. Maybe slide a barracks in there later if you remember. Alright, so we lost one of our Chonoku to a Cossack. But we'll take out the Cossack this turn. So that's taken care of. Knock down this rifle. Alright, so eliminating a lot of Russian units. That's what we want. We can walk forward here and still take 2 shots thanks to the road. Okay, so the Russians are kindly lining up into a nice little kill zone here. Got a great general. Let's move this guy up here. We'll grab accuracy 1. Can I move any closer? Move up to here, finish that rifle off, and then park the great general back here. And there's a trade route coming our way. Alright, so we'll try and grab that next time around. Presumably one of these guys will be free. And keep on exploring. Now with this worker, pretty much done everything we need to. I'll just have them go and sleep in Chengdu for now. Alright, so far our Chonoku have made short work of the invading Russian army. And the chat is still preoccupied with stealing this iron from Russia. I don't think I want to spend a great general on that. Ormus recognizes our great general. Ormus desires incense. Alright, we've got some money here. Are there any other cultural city-states that I could acquire? Bogota, got 12 versus 84 influence from Denmark. Alright, so we'll have to hold off on that for a little bit. Alright, there goes one Shonoku. An acceptable loss. It's World Congress time. And what we'll do, we want to advance forward. So that's taken care of. Move the Great General forward. And that's for this guy. Yeah, let's move forward here too. This worker, formerly a Russian settler. Do we want to build out another connecting road here? I don't think that'll be necessary. But we can walk over here, maybe distract the Russian units. Now, we do have this trade route that we want to pillage, and we are safe to do so, since it looks like the Russian units are concentrating on Chengdu. In which case, can this guy get into position? We can just have that pillaged on the turn transition. But Chengdu is going to need some backup. Rift Drain, bonus. Get over to here. Get over here, and standing in the swamp isn't really the safest thing to do. So I probably shouldn't have done that. But sometimes it feels bad to waste those Shonoku shots. Okay, as for our units here, we'll just hang out to defend the capital. But perhaps this guy needs to go and divert to Chengdu. And we'll slide the barracks out in front of the knight. Fortify here for now. We'll pillage that trade route. Now, assigning delegates. Choosing a host. We are actually tied for greatest number of delegates, so we can vote for ourselves. Thanks to our city-states. Get another lumber mill going. And let's see if we get that pillage off and how much trouble Chengdu might be in. So we're working on the university. A castle is probably something that we, well, do I want to spend 530 on that? 2 pikemen and 2 Cossacks. We should be able to stand up to that, especially since the zone of control from our Shonoku here won't let this Cossack in. But perhaps I should buy a castle. I would rather spend that money to acquire another cultural city-state. Alright, we'll hold off on the castle and see how it goes. Alright, so we pillaged that trade route, some extra gold. Shonoku destroyed by a Cossack, that's fine, we've got a nice army of them. It was, in fact, the Shonoku on top of the swamp. Now, let's clear these guys out. Accuracy. And half strength, and damage the crossbow. Alright, who won the election there? Host. We are now host of the World Congress. That's nice to see. And let's push these guys forward. We can move forward to here. Do I want a road to start pushing aggression forward? Gonna do damage there. And have these guys hang out on the border here. What else do we need this worker to do? We could go put a mine on that hill. We're working on the Forbidden Palace since that push from Russia didn't end up being terribly scary. And as for this worker, we've improved most of the tiles, or most of the good looking tiles. Let's put a mine on that in case we need to switch over to higher production. And we can move this Chonoku back into the city, boost its combat strength slightly, and then take some shots. Alright, that all seems fine. Shanghai just built out a bank. Let's get to work on a zoo. And this Chonoku. Should we keep pushing forward here? Well, we can keep an eye on approaching Russian units. Now, bank finished in Nanjing. Got 8 citizens. As we continue to grow, we'll need more hive units. Excuse me. Let's go work on a zoo here. And one of these cities should go and work on Circus Maximus. We'll worry about that in the next episode. So the Colosseum's done here. Let's grab our... Well, a lighthouse wouldn't be bad, and then we could work some more of these mines. Alright, let's go for the granary, and then we'll worry about granary, lighthouse. This city isn't that special, but it does have a lot of nice tiles to work, so I don't mind growing our population up a little more here. But this will be the last turn before we end the stream for the morning. Remember, you can always catch up on streams you've missed over on my YouTube channel. And yeah, this is a good place to leave off. We've stabilized ourselves against the Russian assault. Now, does this Chonoku want to stand in the swamp again? That's really not good for our health. Especially since this Cossack can pillage the sugar and then go and attack us. So that overall was not a recommended move. Move forward slightly. The rough terrain is going to protect us from that musketman, and Omris can back us up. And excuse me, I did that assuming I had a unit in Shanghai, but I forgot that I had moved them out. Let's send some backup back, and we'll work on a mine. Meanwhile, these guys can just fortify in position here. And I'll grab myself another free worker, that's fine. Should I retreat? This guy's got 17 hit points left, we only deal 9 damage. I guess I'd rather hide in the jungle than on the swamp. So -5 versus -15, combat strength versus +25. We'll see if we survive, but that I guess will be the cliffhanger for our next turn. Meanwhile, this Chonoku has 1 shot left. Kill that crossbow before he pillages the trading post. Excellent. Mine up, and Would I rather Bogota? Where is Bogota and what does Bogota give me? Bogota is a cultural city-state. And I could just send him around the far side of the continent, not along Germany and Russia's territory. So actually that works really well. I do want to bring Bogota to my side, more so than Budapest, and that actually ends up being a pretty safe route. Perfect. Alright, and next turn, we can consider, well, we can do that right now actually. Do I want to throw a whole bunch of money at Bogota? We'll save that for tomorrow's stream, and we'll let the chat and YouTube weigh in with their opinion. Alright, so that's it for me today. Thank you all for watching, and hope to see you again tomorrow.